I've had some objections lately that I need some help with. Uh,
Yeah.
One is, and I hear this a lot, we have it all taken care of. Um,
Mhm.
that's one that I've been hearing a lot of. And then another one that I've been running into, I wouldn't call this an objection, but these administrators, executors don't have money and they end up with investors that are willing to pay for their attorney fees. Um, in addition, well, for them selling the property to them. So I thought that was very interesting, especially that one, because I thought that was kind of like shady a little bit, because I would think that there's attorneys out there, if there's properties that are free and clear, would have no problem taking on these clients and getting paid through escrow at some point. Am I wrong?
Depends on the region. California, is that a common thing in California? Bill, is that common in Southern California?
Well, the real probate attorneys that really do this, regularly know that they're going to get paid at the end, and either they manage that, if you have a business and you're going to get 25 or $50,000 in a year or two, you can borrow money from a bank to run your business, or there are companies that specialize in lending money to not just advancing to heirs, which is very expensive, but less expensive is lending money to estates. And that covers the expenses. It won't pay for the attorney's fees. They can't get paid till the end of the probate, but it can cover the couple $1,000s, two, three, $4,000 of filing fees and publication fees and inventory and appraisal reports and things like that that have to get done. So I don't know where you are, Eric, in California. I'd be glad if you want to reach out offline. I'd be glad to share some resources and ideas. But I do think this is the case where if there's a problem you're getting, you want to learn how to be an expert. I personally encountered that. I went through every filing in LA County I could find that met referenced in advance or a loan, made a database, found about 15 companies, reached out to all of them, interviewed a bunch of them. And so I feel like I've really reached out and covered that in depth because I want to be the expert in that field. So again, I don't know if you're in California or elsewhere, but you should find out who the practitioners are that advance to heirs, lend money to attorneys, and lend money to estates. Those are three different tools.
Awesome.
Lend money to attorneys in states?
Those are two different products. There's lending money to an attorney. Banks do that, commercial banks, particularly commercial banks that seek to get the deposits from the estate. So in California, there's a few banks that specialize. When you sell a house, for example, after 3 or 4 months of opening probate, the money's not distributed for like a year or two or longer. It sits in an account. And so there are banks who specialize in those accounts. And those banks will look at their attorney's volume of business and they'll recognize they're going to get paid eventually and they'll lend them money. They charge interest, but it's a business like any other business. Even major corporations borrow money to finance their operations. So again, there's banks that do that. Then there's money, there are companies who lend money to estates, not the heirs. They lend to the estate to cover estate expenses like publication, filing fees, reports, and such. And then the third is advances to heirs that they can then use. And sometimes attorneys will get them to do the advance to the heir to pay their money for all those expenses.
Yep. So if it goes to the attorney, I hadn't run into that one before, Bill. If it goes to the attorney, I assume it's somewhat comparable to like the real estate agent commission advance that we might get advertised in our email boxes.
Well, I think those are the loans to the estates are like that pricing, about 20% of what's advanced. I've
Hmm.
never done a commission, but I've approved them as a broker for other agents. So I'm somewhat familiar with that process. But a loan to a bank might lend you. Now, if you're an attorney and you have $500,000 a year of revenue and you want to expand your business to get, say, to 1 million, but you're going to have a bunch of receivables throughout 2 years, their banks will lend you $50,000, $100,000. They'll charge you prime plus two or three, but that's how businesses expand. They borrow money
Hmm.
and they pay it out. So it's much cheaper if they get a bank to lend them a bank rate loan. But then what you talk about is a loan to the estate or the attorney, which is more like an advance on money that's coming in. And that's about
Hmm.
20% of the money advanced. And then for heirs, it's probably more like 30 or 40%.
Yep. Cool. Good. I like it. Now, I want to go to those two responses that Eric brought up as objections. So let's deal with that first one first. So the objection side of it, and I know you said it's not really an objection, it's more information, it's kind of competition that you're having to overcome, is investors that are offering to cover the expenses. So why are the investors offering to cover the expenses?
Well, I know why they're offering to cover the expenses. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
let's
no-brainer.
vocalize it. Yeah, let's vocalize it.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the property well below market value.
Yeah, sure. We could do the same thing if we got the property at the right value. So first thing I want to do is probably label that. So if somebody comes out and says um, that I've been talking to someone, they're actually gonna cover my expenses. Oh, hey, that's great. I imagine um, that's gonna lift a financial burden off your shoulders. So I'm gonna label it and see if they open up and share with me why it's important that they get their expenses covered. So maybe they come back after my label, and maybe they come back to me with, well, it's kind of nice. I really didn't need it, but I figure if they're going to pay my expenses, why not?
Yeah,
Okay. And did they tell you how much they were going to offer on the property? Would be a next question that I would ask.
right.
No, not yet. Okay. They're more than likely going to recoup that money plus a good bit on the back end. Okay. If I had a way to either cover your expenses or get you a higher price, would it be worth talking about? So I'm going to kind of go through this chain where I label them first. Oh, I imagine that's going to lift a big financial burden off your shoulders. So label first, see if they'll open up and agree or share some context or tell me that they do need it, they don't need it, they have money, they don't have money. I don't know. Just see where that label takes it. And then I'm going to come back around to if I had a way to either get you a higher price on the house than they're bringing, or and or cover the expenses for you as well, would it be worth a conversation? So this is just the if I could, would you classic um, um, closing, really. And I would imagine most people would say yes. So I want to figure out if that. I also want to figure out if that investor has already brought the offer. Okay, has the investor already brought the offer? If no, then I don't know their business. I'm imagining that they're probably going to make it low enough to where they recoup that investment on their side plus some. Okay, if I had a way to cover your expenses or get you more money on the property, would it be worth the conversation? Now let's pretend that they said, "Yeah, we do have the offer from the investor." Okay, but it's not signed yet. So we do have the offer from the investor. How do you think that offer compares to market value? Would be the
Right.
next question. I want to ask questions to try to figure out if they feel good about it, if they feel bad about it. Is it something, if you haven't signed yet, is it something, would you consider a different offer if it was better? That's kind of the if I could, would you framework as well. If you haven't signed it yet, would you consider a different offer if it was better? So I'm just going to start. It's like peeling an onion. We don't get there
Right.
immediately. They don't say, "Hey, we already have an offer from an investor. Well, can I make you an offer?" That's like trying to go straight to the middle of the onion. I want to peel it back a little bit and try to find out what their motivations and needs are.
No,
Okay.
that makes sense. I never even thought about that as an approach of
Yeah.
them making money. So, okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.